Hello, this is yours truly, Charles Prosper, your consistency success coach. And in this installment, I want to talk about something that's a little philosophical and has very deep spiritual implications. First of all, the subject of this installment is that moods are not your friend. Now, what I want to explain is this, is that you are not your thoughts. You produce thought, but you are not your thoughts. To use a scatological comparison, your body produces crap, but you are not the crap that your body produces. Likewise, thoughts are a type of energy system that are floating around in the ethers looking for a host to which to attach itself. Those distracting, nagging, negative thoughts have their existence when you pay attention to them and you accept them and identify them as though they were you. This particular perspective of how thoughts operate is something that's been talked about in many different systems of psychology and philosophy. The Buddhist tradition calls it the monkey mind, that thoughts come in and try to distract you and get you off track. And Scientologists, and I am not a Scientologist, I might add, call it the reactive mind. It's a type of mind that wants to take over and have you absorb whatever it is it's trying to tell you. Eckhart Tolle, in his system of the power of now, calls it the egoic mind, an energy system that needs to attach itself to a host, to a mind, in order to exist. So what I'm trying to say is that moods are energy systems that are a type of marauder thoughts that come in and want to take over. When you mistakenly believe that you are your thoughts and that what they tell you is true. You see, you have to tell your thoughts what to think. You have to tell your feelings what to feel. You even have to tell your body how to react. You have to take control over your thought system, or your thought system would take over you. Now, the thing that we need to examine is that when we disidentify from thought, we enter a state of being of who we truly are. In the absence of thought, we can feel the essence of who we truly are. And one of the key things in controlling moods is to understand that you are not your mood. Your mood is an energy system that's trying to take over to reinforce its existence through the attention that you give it. So, with that in mind, I want you to listen to this installment that explains when it's contrary to your goals and when it's contrary to staying consistent. Moods are not your friends. And let's take a look at this installment to see if we can get a better grasp as to how to control these moods and continue to move forward with our consistency. Hello, my friend. Let me kind of explain what urged me to do this particular installment. Well, I live in Colombia in South America, and a lot of my calls are international. Previously, I was using Skype, which allowed me to make free international calls using the Skype platform. Well, as of, I think it was June of 2025, Skype no longer operates. So Skype passed over all of its claims to international free calls to Microsoft Teams. Okay, Microsoft Teams has a process to enlist yourself to use their services. You have to get a license, you have to do certain procedures, and there was a YouTube video that showed exactly the step-by-step process to go through. And I remember my first reaction was, oh my God, now I have to go through this whole process of reconfiguring my long-distance calls through Microsoft Teams. And I sort of concluded, I don't feel like doing this. And then I realized what I have always known, that moods are not your friends. And on this is what I want to talk about, because a mood can oftentimes get in the way of your consistency. So let's take a look at it. What is a mood? Well, a mood is an internal mental climate which can result from a multitude of known or unknown emotional factors, which can temporarily impact the psychological state of an individual. There is a field of study called biorhythms, which says that all humans have three basic cycles of energy fluctuation. A physical cycle, which is said to be every 23 days, an emotional cycle, which is said to go up and down every 28 days, and an intellectual cycle, which is said to last every 33 days. If you live long enough, you will realize that you have high days and low days. A mood may be influenced by known or unknown biorhythmic factors in an individual. There have been anecdotal and historical correlates to the lunar influence on emotional states as well. The term lunatic, which means one who is affected by the moon, has been known throughout the ages and in many cultures of the world. In Spanish, we say lunatico, which again reflects the erratic behavior of an individual during a full moon cycle. The tides or periodic rises and falls of large bodies of water, such as the ocean. The gravitational pull of the full moon on the earth causes the waters of the ocean to bulge in the direction of the moon's pull, thus creating a tidal wave. Well, the human body in a healthy adult is made up of about 75% water. Thus, if the full moon is strong enough to pull the waters of the ocean, there is no reason to believe that it could not also be strong enough to pull the waters of our bodies in such a way to possibly cause some sort of temporary emotional imbalance, better known as a bad mood. A person can have a bad dream that leaves negative emotional residue in the mind upon awakening. Yet many times the details of the dream may have been forgotten. However, the emotional feeling residue still remains in the form of a mood. The sooner you realize that a mood wants to take over, the better off you will be. If you detect a mood and allow it to take its course, you will find that it has a mind of its own. It can and will influence you accordingly if you do not take immediate control. Unwittingly, moods get their authority and their power to take over from you. It is imperative to stand up, confront, and immediately take charge of your mind. You can change your mood, but you must do it quickly and as soon as you notice it. You must nip it in the bud, for if you wait too long, It takes over and it takes control. The key to remember is that your mood will do what your conscious mind tells it to do. So, in order to remain consistent, you must control your moods. Okay, there you have it. Now you can see that moods are not your friends, and that just because a mood has a tantrum and wants you to do something else rather than you focusing on what you know that you must do, that you should do, you know that it is time for you to take control and push yourself beyond the mood and do it anyway. It's kind of like there's a book that was written once. The title, I really love the title. It's really awesome. It says, "Feel the fear and do it anyway." So you feel the mood, but do it anyway. That's the idea. Okay, now before we go, I would like to invite you to my community of consistent-minded people at the Prosper Consistency Success membership site, where we are a community of consistent-minded people who help each other stay focused and stay consistent on our particular goal. As a member, you will have access to an accountability partner who will be assigned to you to help you stay focused on your goal, as you will be assigned to another member as their accountability partner to help them stay focused on their goal. Additionally, there will be live coaching calls where you can call in and get answers to whatever particular problem or challenges you may be facing in the achievement of your goal. So right now, I would like you to go to www.consistencysuccesscoach.com, and you will be glad that you did. And because I put out daily consistent content on the subject of consistency, I would like you to be privy to every new installment as they come out. So with that said, I would invite you to like and to subscribe and be able to receive notifications of every new installment as they come out. All right, as I like to tell you before I go, each time, stay consistent and be successful.